Good morning. How's everybody doing? Um, Welcome to Forex Sisters Innovative Instruction. Um, I know there's been a lot of questions as to what is Forex in general. What could we do for you? Um, there's not a lot of talk out there about Forex and foreign exchange markets. So I kind of wanted to go over that a little bit today and give you guys something to think about, something that would generalize Forex for you guys. Let me look at these notes really quick. Okay, so a few things. A lot of people don't know, the average person, who isn't into finance, hasn't gone out there and studied all kinds of things as far as markets online, that type of industry, unless that's what you set out to do and discover. You're kind of just like me. I've heard of stock market and had always wanted to touch on it. But today we're going to talk a little bit about who it involves right now. Forex is a market. It's online. It includes bankers, banks, institutions like businesses that like to invest money. And you think about the banks because, they've got that money and they can make profit. Other investors, people like me and you, those are the types of, that's the population in this market. What they're doing is they're trading, either for business or just profit. And if you travel internationally, you of course know that the foreign exchange is very important. Let me see. Now this market is a lot bigger than, your average stock market. It's 24 hours for 5 days a week. It is a fluctuating market. It has a volume of about $5 trillion. That's pretty huge, The stock market and other types of markets haven't quite come out of the billions, whereas in this, it's international, it's multiple countries, they're already in this, and that's a lot more money. Let's see. Trading of foreign currencies is important. It keeps that flow of money, between all of the countries flowing. It's daily. It's a daily trade. It does involve products. For example, here I talk about money as in the currency spending, but as far as like products, say you needed something here, but it's only available in a different country. Well, that business would have to grab that currency, go to that country, and purchase in their currency, then bring it back here and convert their currency back, the leftover, and then sell it at your USD here, because I'm here in the United States. And that's huge. That's how we get products, back and forth. You have to change that currency. Another thing international travelers understand too is you can't just, I can't just go to a country and there's a vendor, and I can't give him my US dollars. I have to have that updated currency with me. I have to exchange my currency to be able to do little things around cities and, while I'm traveling. So that's huge. That's why, unless you're traveling, you may or may not see those currencies very much. Okay, let's see. So that's as far as business and products and people. And that's what breaks it down here for us. Say you do go travel, say you're here in the States, you get some euros because you're going to travel somewhere in Europe, you know. So you say you have about $100, you switch it into their currency, you go over there, and you're not really you didn't use it, you didn't spend it. So you come back, and what we call is an appreciation, it appreciated, and now you have made a profit. Instead of that $100, say you now have $150. It appreciated in worth of $50 more. So that is the profit aspect. And that is what the Forex market does. It does that exchange for you between brokers, people who have made a business, and they handle that trade. So there's fees, but you can do that on a market online, and you can trade the currency and watch the appreciation actually happen. Boom, get in an order, boom, close the order out, and you've got your profits. So that's what we're talking about here, as far as that profit. And it's a daily trade. Now that's one thing a lot of people want to know. How often do I get paid? Because this is a type of income, of course, and it depends. There's one big thing: your education. You have to study, you have to practice. It's almost like some sort of education that you go and get, and you practice. That first year that you start that job, you're not going to be as good and as experienced as you are in 5 years or even 2 years. They say people who get into a career that first year, they're seasoned. They've been through the hardships. That's the same thing as just this, opportunity. And it also, it takes an effect as far as how often you study. Somebody will get a little bit more ahead if they're studying 8 hours a day versus the person who touches up 1 to 2 hours a day or a couple of times a week. That is going to take huge effect into how fast you can gain knowledge, gain experience, and start trading and be more profitable. It's just experience. But it is something that you can start and something that you can do. Our education is affordable. There's so many educations out there, that you could take, but this is invaluable. Brokers and traders out there have done lots of time and effort to learn their strategies and practice them, and to be able to one-on-one tutor with them. That's valuable time. So you're going to have to pay for that time. So, all sorts of trainings. People work really hard. Investors work really hard to build platforms. And that's why me and my sisters came together to build this, because we were always looking for something basic, beginner, novice, something that would start us out slow and build us up. And we decided to create something like that for everybody. This is a great opportunity that everybody deserves to be a part of. So that should answer your question as to, what kind of income can I bring in? It depends on you. How much are you going to put into this? Obviously you're not going to be profitable if you study once a month. This is something that you're going to have to put experience and effort into. So keep that in mind. There are people that, of course, there's people out there who can pick things up quickly. I was a slow learner. Oh my goodness. Shout out to my mentors, because I made them work. They really did work. So, but yes, it is manageable, you know, working a regular job, having kids, more than one job, having family, you know, I'm still able to take days off, you know, see my family, you know, it's manageable. It's very manageable, and it's not all about deadlines. Our website, our training, you are able to take your time and pick it back up. We just recommend not to let it go for so long, you know, keep it flowing. Okay, let me go back to the notes here really quick. So we talked about the currencies, entertainment, profit, business. Who all is involved? A lot of people get scared. That was one question about the internationalities. It's just everybody out there has money, so that is something that should not actually creep you out. It's two currencies side by side in each trade, in each order, all the time. So a lot of people do talk about, you know, oh, the markets can fall, you can't depend on them. There's it's going to be a long time before we get close to that. And even when they do feel a downtrend, when things go at their lowest, there is still a flow. There is still market. So, but there are a lot of countries in here that trade. Ours is New York. You're going to see Japan, Great Britain. London is really big. Australia. Lots of countries involved. China's getting in it. China, good old China. A lot of people believe it's a scam. Not $5 trillion, y'all. No way. People got to go to different countries. Businesses got to trade. Everybody needs something from somebody else. Not a scam. Not a scam. But, you know, there's just not a lot of talk. It's not out there. And it's because there's people out there who don't really want this out there. But I honestly believe the more people involved, the more money to grab. So think about that. The more people who are involved in this, the more money is out there for you to earn. You do have to study it. You have to learn the strategies that you're taught. It's not just about surviving, but you have to be consistent. You have to gain some personal preferences and stick to them. Goals. If you've ever met, you know, I've heard a lot about goals and how they're not actually supposed to be achieved, but it's just something out there to reach for. This is something that you have to reach for. So you set some personal achievements and you strive to reach them and achieve them, and this market will reward you, definitely. Yeah, it takes a lot of studying. That study those markets, those charts we keep showing you. You got to learn how to do them and keep up with them. They get easier. You got to learn the lingo, of course. And you're always going to be growing as a trader. You know, everybody says, you know, you got your strategy. You can always build. You can always, you know, collaborate with your colleagues and be like, hey, what's working for you? You know, and you grow, you learn, and you experience, and it makes you think, and you become a whole lot better trader. There's some, you know, things, you know, how could you say, characteristics about trading that you learn, you know, margin, leverage, and, you know, your brokers will help you with those. But just know to try to take it slow. Take it slow, study and learn, and then you can play the bigger hardball numbers later on when you're consistent enough. That's all I keep telling everybody. Yeah, you got to stay, got to be consistent and know emotions. It's interesting how some people, this has to be respected. In all honesty, it has to be respected. Yeah, definitely limit your losses. Think about your personal achievements and stick to them. Be very consistent. The best thing about brokers is they let you have a demo account, a practice account. Be consistent. Use those demo accounts till you're 100%, because once you get on the live accounts, it's almost a 180. And there's the whole mind thought knowing that you're actually trading with real money, and that right there can blow all of your personal achievements out of the water, and you just react differently. So when you practice, keep it real. And you're not, everybody keeps saying, you're not a real trader until you do risk, and you may go in the wrong direction and you might lose some money. But this is the good part, to where, like if you have a real job and you miss a day, you get sick, or you have to leave out of town, something happens, you miss those hours. You're never going to get them back. You're never going to make that money. There's a high probability that you would have to put in more time at your job to get that back. But in Forex, on this market, you can make it back at any time, tenfold. So you have the opportunity of slowing down, thinking about every aspect of what coulda, shoulda, went wrong, and 180 that. Go back into it and profit incredibly. So it's just a learning experience. You know yourself the best, and that's all you got to do. It takes multiple times to fail before you succeed, and that's just the foundation. You got to set a foundation. So it takes a lot of work, a lot of education, but with any education, it takes time. But you have other colleagues, you're going to have classmates, and my experience as a student was awesome. I'm still a student. We're always students continuously, in any career. But when I was going through my basic training, I made really good relationships, and we've become great colleagues, had a lot of great mentors, and it's awesome how people can work really well together. So you're going to get a lot of experience, and it's going to be a lot of fun, So honestly, me going through all of this is the best education experience that I've ever had, and it's been awesome. Well, guys, on that note, I hope this has brought some questions, answers. So if there's anything that you guys need, join our Forex Sisters Public on Facebook. Follow us on IG. We've got YouTube videos. Follow us, subscribe to our YouTube. There's a lot of videos and tools. You can watch the other sisters. And definitely hit that link, forexsistersii.com, and get started. Definitely hope to see you. We have live Q&As 3 times a week. We're available on Messenger group. Once you register and create your account, we will add you to Facebook Messenger groups as you level up on their training. If any questions and you just want to send an email us at forexsisters@yahoo.com. And I thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys have a great day and hope to see you on the other side. Thank you. Again, this is Coach Melissa with Forex Sisters. Bye-bye.